Welcome and welcome back, change makers. Hello, if you are new here. My name is Kara Siva and I am a spiritual mentor and healer. And today we're going to find out what is coming in for you in 2026. This is the second part of a two-part series. I will link the first part in the description. That is all about what you need to let go of, clear out, allow to leave your life so that the blessings that we are talking about today can come in more fully to you. So we are about to dive into the piles. Before we get started with that, if you are a spiritual seeker and you are ready as an intuitive woman to integrate your spiritual knowledge, refine your gifts, and step into aligned action with clarity and peace, then check out my spiritual mentorship program. I have currently 3 spots available. So if you want to take your spirituality to the next level, link will be in the bio. And don't forget to join me for Patreon Live this month. I am going to be doing a very short, it's a 21-day meditation process with the Gayatri mantra. I will cover everything in Patreon Live, which is always the third Saturday of the month at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. The whole point of that mantra is to really help uplift you. It's got a ton of bright, strengthening energy. It kicks out depression. It really helps with mental clarity. And ultimately, at the end of the day, we are energetic beings. So if we feed ourselves good energy at the very base core of who we are, then it's a lot easier for us to maintain change and forward momentum in life. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, I will also link that in the description. All right, friends, let's take a deep breath in. Connect with your intuition. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. And we'll dive in to pile number 1. Pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. This is what is coming in for you in 2026. If you skip the intro, this is the second part to a 2-part series. The first one was all about what you need to clear out. The link will be in the description. You know, anytime that you want to bring stuff in, you got to make room and space for it. So that was the whole video last time. This time is, now that you have this space, what is Spirit bringing into your life? And I'm very excited to share with you today that because you have a really awesome pile. Okay, let's dive in. So pile number 1, you have a lot going on. You have a lot of stuff happening. We're going to crack into this reading over here with the Clear Passage and the Devil card. This is a time where you are going to be extra protected. You have just, if you were to imagine, when you go to an aquarium and you walk through those tunnels where they have the ocean, the water that goes all around, and you can see the sharks swimming and you can see, the turtles and all of that kind of stuff. Your spirit team want you to understand that this is how they are protecting you. Yeah, you might see the oogie boogies out there, but nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you. You are finally being delivered from just the toughness of life, just the karmic hits of life. You are being very strongly protected from anybody that has any evil, negative, I don't normally use the word evil, so that's really interesting, but really negative intentions towards you. You can see this snake looks very scary, but at the same time with this clear passage, you are just walking by it. It doesn't matter. The rattlesnakes in your life, you will not be touched by them. There is so much divine protection around you. So they want you to understand that first and foremost, because when you feel safe, when you understand, I am, the word delivered from the darkness into this light, your inspiration is what's coming in. So the way that they're giving this to me is your soul light, like that pure essence of your soul. If you were to imagine your soul as a big sun and a little spiral coming off of that is this incarnation, your soul is just vibrantly coming into this incarnation. it's really coming through in inspired ideas, inspired actions, perspective shifts. Like, you are able, and you're going to be experiencing this in this next year, these magnificent clicks in perspective. When I do spiritual mentoring, one of the things that I help people do is get these perspective shifts. And how that often looks is that you get introduced to a concept and then you work with that concept. So, you are working with unconditional love, say, and you are practicing being unconditional love in the world. You're just giving that out, practicing holding that space, practicing allowing that to come through. And there is a point where you really start to integrate, because every spiritual energy you allow through you winds up affecting you as well, right? It winds up healing you as well. It winds up fulfilling you as well as you are giving it out to the world. And what eventually happens is you get these really big perspective shifts where you just sort of get grounded back into your consciousness versus being identified with your ego, your personality, and your body. And it's like this whole other world sort of shifts. And then it feels very normal and you go about your day-to-day life. That's what's coming in for you. So you have these big perspective shifts coming. You have a lot of inspiration coming. There's also some things that you have been working on diligently. I'm going to say steadily. We have the Three of Cups and the steady effort. And we can both, what's like very highlighted here is the feet. This grounding. You have been grounding an idea. You have been grounding your new identity. You have been grounding this spiritual energy onto the planet. And all of the work that you've been doing of bringing the element, the cosmic intelligence down into your human form, all the way touching the earth, and also reconnecting with the spirit of the earth. Like, we do need to bring that cosmic energy down, and it's also under our feet. She's also alive and vibrant under our feet. So you have this really beautiful connection. And so you're going to be experiencing a lot more stability. You're going to be experiencing the next mastery level of being like, I can be consistent. I can build towards this dream. And you actually, by the end of the year, will have accomplished big things. So whatever you've got on that list of like, I wish I could do this or this or that, that is now active. It is grounding and it is destined to be successful, which I love for you. And I would love to know what you're up to this year, or whatever you've been carrying into this year that's really, really coming to fruition. Now you also have this confidence card and this challenge card. And I love these two cards together. With the Leo energy, this is if you are one of the Lyrians that listens, there is a segment of you that has big cat energy. And you know who you are. This is that sort of the confidence and swagger that comes from big cat energy. If you've ever watched a lion or a panther or a tiger, they aren't scared because they understand they're powerful. And they also don't necessarily have to show off that power because they're already exuding it. So this is a time where you are going to really experience a deeper sense. I don't want to say deeper depth. Oh, good English. You get to really experience yourself rising to the occasion of your challenges, which is interesting because this is reminding me, I didn't say this at the beginning of this reading, but I did your reading for the first over a week ago, and my battery was not on my microphone. So I'm doing a voiceover right now for this reading. And I bring that up now because it seems like it's important. sometimes I have to redo readings if I'm not getting the message right. And I felt so aligned and so strong with your reading. I was so disappointed. But this is this energy, right? Where you try something and it doesn't work out, and you re-engaging with it is you overcoming the challenge. So it's this deeper knowingness. Like, I had to start recording this again this morning, knowing that I can come back to the really important messages, and I can trust that what needs to come out is coming out for you. Even despite the disappointment of having to redo it, even though I loved doing your reading before, and it's really fun the second time too, actually. And I think that really speaks to this energy of saying, don't give up. Life's going to be throwing you these little hurdles, because honestly, it's boring if everything's totally peaceful all the time. You need some challenge. You need some problems to make your life interesting. Not too big of a challenge, but like enough. And so your spirit team really wants to encourage you. You get to experience your strength. You get to witness your truth. You get to have a deeper sensation, a deeper connection to source when you try something, it doesn't work out, and you re-engage with it. So if you've dropped your meditation practice, or, we're at the beginning of the new year, so lots of people are shifting their habits and their beliefs and their identities, this is that opportunity to say, sometimes the first round isn't meant to work out, and that's okay, because now you get to experience the truth of who you are. Now you get to come back to the strength of who you are and overcome any kind of challenges that are in your life. So as you experience challenges this year, just really tuck that message into your heart. So when you hit those things, you can be like, oh, this isn't punishment, and this isn't me not having enough protection. This is an opportunity for me to experience my strength, because at a soul level, I wanted to show myself how freaking strong I am and how good I am at accomplishing things. All right, let's dive into the last part of your message. So over here, you have the fortune teller card, which is a forgotten spell will bring you unexpected blessings and inspiration. This very much ties to the study effort. In fact, all of it ties together. When you set out an intention a while ago, and you've probably forgotten about it, it was something, if you're like me, there's always something to work on. There's always something to grow in. There's always the next thing. There is something in your past that you said, I want to be this. And the numbers that they're giving me right now is like 5 to 7 years ago. Like, this was a while ago that you wanted to be someone. You wanted to do something. You wanted to embody something. Right now is the time that that's being delivered. Right now, that's the time where you actually get to experience what you were hoping to experience 5 years ago, 7 years ago. If you're on the younger range, this may have been maybe 5 months ago or 7 months ago. It feels like years. This feels like a long time ago. That inspiration is coming back to you. And when, the word deliver just keeps happening over and over and over again. When this inspiration is re-delivered to you, you get to have this wonderful moment of being like, I got what I always wanted to have, and I almost forgot that I wanted to have that thing. There is so much opportunity this year on the horizon for you. There is so much that has been cleared out for you. You have just a clear line. There's nothing blocking you with your soul. You have a very, very clear line directly to your soul. And that is an incredible thing to have. It's incredible to be able to put that out into the world. So your practice in the next 21 days is to call forth your soul. When you are walking out in the world, you say, soul, hey, first of all, pay attention to this incarnation. I'm looking at you, look at me. And please come into my life more fully. Please turn my mind in a beautiful way. Please turn my heart in a beautiful way. Show me how I can be of service in the world. And then just let your ego and mind chill off to the side and allow that energy to come through you. Allow that inspiration to come through you. This is the year you are going to know what to do in the moment. You have crushed your self-doubt. You have overcome a lot of the self-sabotaging parts of yourself. And this is the year where you walk out into the world and you understand what needs to happen next. You see it clearly and you take inspired action. Pile number 1, you have so much goodness coming for you. If you like this message, first of all, thank you for being here. If you like this message, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe. It helps out the channel like you wouldn't believe. And pile number 1, if you want to dive into your spiritual life more, if you really want to learn that deeper self-trust, the ability to really understand, this is my intuition, to put all of the pieces of the puzzle together in your spiritual belief system, and to really understand how to spiritually grow and go out into the world and be a beautiful menace in the best possible way to be an agent of change, check out my 10-week spiritual mentorship program. The next cohort is starting on around February 15th. I haven't nailed down the exact date, but it'll be starting on then. I have a very limited space. I only work with about 3 to 9 people per cohort. So if you want to get the benefit of one-on-one mentorship with laid out coursework, and also have community that you can do meditation processes with, that you can talk about your spiritual growth, and that you don't have to be alone just figuring it all out, this is the perfect spot and program for you. All right, pile number 1. Until next time, have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 2. All right, pile number 2. Here are your gifts coming in for 2026. If you skip the intro, this is a 2-part series. The first part will be linked in the description, and that is all about what you need to release in order to allow these blessings in 2026. All right, pile number 2, let's go ahead and dive in. So this whole message is really centered around this card. I'm going to call out that you have so much soul light coming in. Like the essence of your soul is pouring into your being and pouring into your life. One thing that I learned about reincarnation and about your big soul, right? Your Atma soul, is if you imagine it like this, your soul is like a sun. It's radiating and shining and bright, and it's outside of time and space. And there's all these little like twirls coming out of it. It kind of looks like little corkscrews. And however close you are, those little corkscrews are your incarnations. And however close you are towards being reconnected in that point where that little corkscrew touches the sun is how close you are in your evolution to enlightenment. So the very tip of that corkscrew is you in your most, separated form of understanding the divine. The closest is you really understanding what it's like to be the sun, what it is like to be your soul itself versus just being in an incarnation. Why is this relevant? Because you are close to the sun, my friend. You are having this experience in 2026 of this beautiful golden liquid, or the Amruta of knowledge, really coming in. When I asked your spirit guides, show me the core of this message, they really highlighted this, which is answers revealed. Sitting quietly with spirit helps you find the wisdom you need. Spirit speaks in silence. And you see how this golden light, this golden liquid is just like dripping down. And then she's opening this book, and then it's all this golden light. And then we've got the light message card here. As you sit in silence. Also, 2026 is the year for you to meditate. If you don't meditate any other years, fine, whatever. This is the year to do it. This is the year to sit with your eyes closed, sitting up, not sleeping, in, I'm going to say an active meditation, but in actual meditation, hitting those trance states. Like, being able to trance in meditation is such a gift. I have friends that can do it pretty easily. I feel like I'm a little slow in that department, but whenever it happens to me, it's really good. And the reason I'm pointing that out is because your soul itself is going to be your guru this year. It is going to be your teacher this year. It wants you to feel so fully connected, and it will be speaking to you in a lot of different ways. So you will have the images, you'll have the words, but you're also going to have a lot of sensations and feelings and just knowing. You will come out of these meditations, out of these trances, these moments where your mind just kind of, you're in your life, you're just being present in your life and looking around, and your mind's silent, and your soul is going to come through and give you knowingness. And not like, the weather's going to be cloudy today kind of knowingness. This is like cosmic understanding. And this gift of you being able to really allow this light to pour into you is also going to pour through you into the material world. One of the coolest experiences that I've had in my entire life is doing the practice of being unconditional love. And that's just, taking a day and putting my own ego aside and just letting my heart open and saying, Spirit, please use me for the best and highest good for all. And then allowing that love that just says, you exist, therefore you are loved, to flow through me and flow out through me. It sounds so like it wouldn't do much of anything, but it literally transforms your environment. You can watch people's faces as they pass by you. You can see people it's really interesting because like the people you interact with, they suddenly have a very different attitude towards you. The people that you walk by in the street, yeah, some of them don't notice, but some of them do. And it's just a really, really incredible experience. And so there's this invitation to pay attention to the effect that this soul light is having on the world. And it's not from an egotistical, like, oh, I did that. It is from that witness standpoint where you're curious and you're just like, I'm just going to go be love in the world and I'm going to witness what happens. And it's really, really, it's a really beautiful experience. So this is one part of what's coming in. Tremendous amount of light. If you've been going through a dark time, just know it's gone. Bye-bye, dark times. It is time for this deep, mysterious soul energy, cosmic wisdom. I love that stuff. Now, you also have something over here with nothing being set in stone and space. And we see that there is this unsettled movement, which I actually love. So there is a part of the blessing coming in for you in 2026, a part of this energy where you get to be comfortable in uncertainty. Ooh, I actually could talk about this topic for hours with y'all because here is the truth. We as human like to control our environments, and we tend to have a harder time dealing with uncertainty. It's not comfortable. It doesn't feel safe. Our body stays vigilant and on alert. Being able to handle an uncertainty is such a gift. I, in my whole life, have had a higher tolerance for it than a lot of other people. And it leaves the door open for adventure. It leaves the door open for you to be wrong or for you to experience things that you haven't. So it's this kind of acceptance that like maybe reality isn't what you thought it was. And maybe that's okay. Maybe, yeah, there's of course going to be some nerves with that and some uncertainty with that. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it actually opens you up to a lot. Maybe you don't know the subject about everything. This kind of mutable space is really helpful for soul growth. So you're getting the light of the cosmic wisdom. You're getting the presence and awareness of watching how this soul light pouring in through you and through the world is affecting things. And then you get to stay in this really, I think it's a beautiful space of being like, maybe I don't know everything. Maybe life isn't the way that I think it is. And now you have an opportunity for your soul to teach you the reality of creation. Just say that again. You have the opportunity this year for your soul to teach you the reality of creation. You don't need Netflix. You have your soul. It's so freaking cool. That is such a cool message. I'm very excited for y'all. We also have this new chapters beginning, embrace change, envision. So again, being in this mutable space, now you have a new life. Now you get to follow your intuition and your joy, right? Now you get to see how you can step forward with these things. You want to suddenly go to a new career track. Well, you being this soul light, you being this joy, you following your joy, you giving out this love, you paying attention, you're going on an adventure, my friend. You're going on a soul-led adventure. There's very few things in the world that are as fun and as cool as that. I love that. This is how people end up at ashrams and traveling the world or getting into careers where they meet life-changing people. Like, this is where I would call it the emerging stage, but like, this is where so much fun and synchronicity lives, right? The aliveness of life lives here. And this part of this process, there is going to be things that take time, but ultimately the universe wants you to understand in 2026, it is on your side. Just write it down, make that make it your annual mantra, make it your yearly mantra this year. The universe is on my side and the work that I put out makes a difference. The effort, the good effort I put in makes a difference. So everything that you are working on here, whatever direction you want to go, wherever your soul is leading you to, it's working out this year. And I don't know what could be a better gift than that, because there's so many things we can ask for. But going on a soul-led adventure to create your life, to co-create your life with your soul towards your life purpose, towards all of the people you're going to be making a positive influence on, towards all of the cool situations you can find yourself in, towards having these big revelations where you're like, I understand the cosmic reality. I understand the mechanics of creation. I understand the interplay of karma, the dance of relationships, the unity, right? The experience of unity, of I am not separate from anything or anyone around me. All of that stuff is so life-changing and it is beautiful. So you have really cool. I will say one last thing before we wrap up here, because this card is just like, I cannot stop staring at this card. Your psychic gifts and your spiritual gifts are also going to expand. Like, the more that you understand your unified connection with, as consciousness with other consciousnesses, you are going to feel that harmony and interconnection with life. That is that deeper harmony with the plant kingdom, with the animal kingdom, with the rock kingdom, or I'm going to say gem kingdom, and also with people. You're going to feel this deeper sense with all of that. And as that part of you expands and grows and acclimates to it, you're going to notice more and more of your psychic skills coming online. You're like, things just seem a little more sharp, a little more clear, a little more pronounced, a little more orchestrated. I even want to say punctuated. Like, everything just sort of feels like it's falling into place in a very magical way. And that is super beautiful. Okay, pile number 2. Very excited for you if you made it this far. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. And until next time, pile number 2, you're going to have a great 2026. I am very excited for you. Until next time, have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 3. Here is what is coming in for you in 2026, your blessings and all the good stuff. If you skip the intro, this is a 2-part series. Part number 1 will be linked in the description. It is all about what you need to let go of in order to make space for this goodness we're going to talk about coming into your life today. So check out the link in the description for that. Pile number 3. You have, first and foremost, so much love coming in from the divine, from spirit, from the universe itself. You are so loved. You are so loved. The heart of this message, no pun intended, but kind of pun intended, is this heart. Your whole message is really centered around this inpour of love and recognition from spirit is coming in so fully into your life, and you're going to get, that is like the main waterfall pouring into you. And then there's going to be these extra sort of splashes, these extra ponds. I'm just imagining this beautiful waterfall with like these little grottos, or I don't know, these little pools of water. It's so, so pretty. Okay. Love. This could also be romantic love, but it feels much more like you looked towards spirit, and this is what it feels like to have spirit look back at you. It is so easy to get weighed down and lost in the illusion of this world and the interplay, getting caught up in life. In 2026, Spirit's looking back at you and letting you know in lots of different ways. These little pieces of love, these little gifts of love are going to be popping up around you all year long. Sometimes that's going to be a beautiful sunset that catches your eyes. Sometimes that's going to be animals crossing your path. Sometimes that's going to be a synchronicity of meeting people. You are absolutely meeting somebody, by the way. We're going to get to that in a second. Sometimes that looks like getting a little windfall of money that you weren't expecting. Sometimes that looks like getting opportunities you didn't know existed. It's like if 2025 or even 2024 were a rough year for you, 2026 is basically like feeling held in Spirit's arms. You wrote love letters to Spirit, and now Spirit's writing a love letter to you, and it shows up in your life. It's also going to be a really big year where your heart gets to expand and open even more. So you may already be and feel like you're a very big-hearted person. And it can grow. There's no limit. I didn't know that when I was, 2 decades ago when I was starting my spiritual journey, but I didn't know there was a limit. Your heart can just keep growing and growing and growing. And it is so freaking beautiful. So some of those magical experiences really are those big heart opening where you're like, I am so full of love and gratitude and beauty that all of my needs are met. Like I'm just like super content. I've had some really big heart opening experiences where I woke up with the most intensely beautiful love feeling, that unconditional, not like romantic love or familial love, but just this purely unconditional love. I existed, so I am loved experiences. And it filled things that I didn't even know I was craving. Like I didn't even realize I had certain desires until I had all this love. And then I was like, I have never felt so whole and so complete and so content. Like everything I've ever needed has been provided for me through this love. And it's really, 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 really special. You are also most certainly meeting somebody. Like this could be you're meeting a teacher, I am a spiritual mentor, if you're into that genre. But this could be meeting a business connection, a teacher, the vision they're giving me in my mind is like an Indian saint. Somebody that is a very beautiful leader for you in your life, or is able to connect you to open up opportunities and things that you've needed in your life. This can be love, but the overarching feeling of your entire spread for 2026 feels like it's more focused on social balance, I guess would maybe be a better term for it. So it's not necessarily a romantic, although that's absolutely possible there. It's more like meeting your mentor, meeting your teacher, meeting somebody that just unlocks a very big piece of the puzzle for you. We have this cross of faith, which is really playing into this as well, because there is this balance of, you know how when people do something nasty, you're like, your karma's gonna get you. This is like the reverse of that, which is when you do something really good, your karma's gonna get you. And this energy feels like you are getting the karmic payback for all of the positivity you've gone out in the world. I have a dear friend who really loves taking care of the cats and animals in general around where she lives. Like if she were reading this, I would be like, hey friend, like you've done so much to help nurture these cats that now the universe is going to be rewarding you. Maybe you find a gift card that's loaded with like 20 or 50 bucks on it to Starbucks. Maybe, all these new opportunities open for you, but those are the little love messages from the universe, right? That's what it means to get back your karmic payback, right? Of positivity. There's this balancing effect that is happening this year. You are also, I love this, returning, going with the flow and rising above. Unfold your vision from murky depths to clarity with grace. I bloom from within. There is you coming back and really mastering what is your flow to life. Like being able to live in flow of life, being able to understand that flow of life, being able to move yourself back into that flow of life when you get out of that flow of life. So you get, excuse me. I drank frizzy water earlier and yeah, I got burps now. So you get this beauty of, instead of having to climb the mountain, you're floating down the river. Instead of having to push and strive and try, your effort is still there, but the effort feels effortless because the wind is underneath your wings. You don't have to flap as hard. The nature is supporting you. And this again comes back to the center message of the universe is sending you so many little love messages this year. And that really helps bring this magic back, keeps you in flow. This is also a time, you've got a lot of really great things coming. You get over heartbreak. There's something that's been stressing you out, my friend, and it's gone. It is leaving. Whatever sort of grief you've been carrying that has been unprocessed, what sort of heartbreak, maybe it's been a relationship, maybe it's been disappointment in yourself or your path or your journey. Like you thought you were going to be in a different place at this stage of life and you're not. This is a time where that heartbreak gets healed. You get to let this go. And in the process of letting this go, you get to really experience your spirit guides. You get to really experience your teachers. So let's say in 2026, you're meeting an Indian saint. and you go and you do a little meditation program at their ashram, or you go and study their stuff. This is like one of those spiritual experiences where you get all the heartbreak that's brought up to the surface, and then that person walks by you, that teacher walks by you, that meditation happens, you go to bed one night and you wake up healed the next day. That stuff happens, and it is amazing when it does. It's so freaking beautiful because, again, it winds up leading you to having a more open heart. So you are getting spiritual help to heal the heartbreak, and it's absolutely going to be effective, and it will be taking it away. Where do I want to go from here? Okay. This is going to be such a good year. So you will also be really bringing in this light. There is a part of being love, unconditional love. I don't mean just like romantic love or familial love or friendship love. I mean divine love, the love that creates creation, right? There is this part of being that automatically carries you forward into the world. And even if people do not have the words for it, they can feel it. They will know. They'll be like, there's just something about you. Like your healing skills, your healing energy is going to be off the hook this year. You will notice that people come to you for things, and maybe they always have, but there's going to be another either more ethereal element to it where you're like, wow, I really am experiencing the spiritual energy going on between us, or you'll have a deepening, right? The deeper understanding of like, this is how I am a healer in this world. This is my healing gift in this world. And that, again, can be tied to this teacher or this knowledge coming into your life. It's like you so fully embody this divine love, and you are so immersed in recognizing this giant love letter from the universe that is just playing out all around you, that everything you've had to walk away from, everything that has caused heartbreak, it literally just melts away, or it just gets that part of your heart that felt hollow, that heartbreak that felt like it never would heal, is being healed with that love. You know, there's something so, even if it's not directly tied, like you're walking around and you're like, there's a Starbucks gift card on the ground, and you pick it up and you try to use it and you're like, there's money on this. Or you go someplace and people are like, we love you, we're just going to give you things. And they just start giving you stuff. You're like, I actually needed this thing that you just gave me. And you go someplace else and somebody's like, we love you so much, we're going to give you this. And you're like, I actually needed that thing too. It's just being given these things. And even if that's not, say you had a relationship heartbreak, the universe treating you so sweetly really, really, really helps heal those things, because you're like, wow, I live in a freaking magical world. I love that. Okay. Pile number 3, you have so much goodness coming in for you. I am sure you cleared out a lot of space in 2025 to receive just such a tremendous abundance that is coming. So thank you so much for being here. If you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe. It helps so much in sharing these messages out to more people who need them. And until next time, pile number 3, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.